Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Liz of Chicago Loud Luxury Makeup. Today we're going to be testing out the brand new Goss foundation and powder. I also recently picked up one of his new blushes. We're going to be testing out the blush today as well, creating a full face of Goss. So if you're curious to see how I created this look, keep watching. To start with, we're going to unbox the brand new Goss Luxury Cream Foundation. I picked up shade 7. I hope it works. I really hope it works. I thought I needed a little bit of a lighter shade with some different undertones. However, those sold out so quickly. So I got what I could so that I could try it. So here is the packaging. You do get a standard 1 ounce. And when you open it, that is what it looks like. So let's go ahead, pull the hair back. Now, I did receive the puff. I don't normally use a puff to apply my foundation. I was definitely a little hesitant to pick it up. However, I do have it. It is reversible. You've got the firmer side for the foundation, and then you can flip it over and you've got the more plush side for the powder. I am going to try to use just a brush at first. I will use the puff for the powder. I used to use a puff for powder many years ago. I used a puff for a good 20 years. And then I began using a brush, and now I'm just kind of like hooked on a brush. But for years I did use a puff, so we'll give the puff a try and see how it works. I think a puff is really good, especially if you're extra oily. But you do have to like wash them and replace them quite a bit. Let's go ahead and I'm going to swatch shade number 7. And see what it looks like on my hand. So I do think that on my hand it's a really good match. Now, sometimes that doesn't often translate onto my face, but we're going to give it a shot. So I'm just going to take my BK Beauty 101 and I'm just going to dip it right in to pick up some of the product and apply. Although I don't really like that method. Yeah, I don't like that at all, because I don't want to stick this back into the foundation. So I have a little disc here that I wiped off, and this is for my Tatcha primer. I'm just going to scoop a little bit out, and I'm going to put this on the back of my hand. I don't really know. I don't want to stick my finger back in there either. So I don't really like that method. Right off the bat, I will say that shade 7 is a great shade match. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm really happy. So far, I'm really liking the coverage, the finish. I think it looks really pretty. There is a scent, but it's not a fragrance, and it's nothing that's really like super noticeable. I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it. So I'm just taking my finger and just kind of like melting it down, and then I'm going to apply it to my face. Okay, that got way too much. So I didn't pick up any other shades for a concealer or a bronzer or anything like that. I wanted to just test the product first and see how I felt about it. Did I like it? And how it wore. So this is truly a first impression. It just came in the mail, and I opened it up right away so I could play with it. I was definitely able to build this up to give me a coverage that I liked. And I feel like I maybe put a little bit too much. So I'm taking a clean BK Beauty 101. And now I'm just using that to kind of blend Using a clean brush like this is going to remove some of that excess product and really help to blend this down. So here is the face with the foundation on. Again, the color match is spot on. Perfect. Perfect. I really, really like it. It is tacky. That is to be expected. It is a cream foundation. I'm just going to take my brush and add a little bit to my eyelids as an eye primer since I don't have a Wayne Goss primer. I'm curious to see how it's going to wear. I really am. I'm not certain how I'm going to feel about it, like how it's going to wear throughout the day. I definitely am going to have to set it with powder. That is a given. Like that's definitely going to happen. So let's open up that powder. I did get the Weightless Powder in shade Translucent. This is what it looks like. I'm going to be honest, I don't usually like a white translucent powder. Said, all of the reviews of this powder have been really, really good. I am excited to give it a try. So I do have the fluffy side of the puff, and I'm just going to shake a little bit of powder out onto the puff. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just going to tap that on. Sounds like a fighter jet just went by. I'm not quite sure why there would be fighter jets, but that's what it sounded like. All right, so the powder felt really nice. It definitely took away that tacky feeling, that balmy feeling that I don't like. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say. It seems to have done its job, and I think it looks really good. So we'll see how it wears throughout the day. Now we're going to use some bronzer. I do have the Wayne Goss bronzer in shade Satin Bronze. So I'm going to take a Chikuhodo F01. I just mixed the two shades together and we're going to apply it. I'm really excited to try this new blush and highlighter. I have been waiting for the foundation to try the blush. The new blush that I picked up is in shade Sweet Wildflower. So again, same packaging as the bronzer, same packaging as his eyeshadow. There is Sweet Wildflower. It looks gorgeous. In the past, Wayne has said to use the highlight first. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to pick it up with a Sonia G NO2 Pro. That is gorgeous. Oh, when I unboxed this, I said this highlighter is a Liz highlighter, and it is. Wow. It's that like champagne gold kind of color. And I am loving it. We're going to top it with the blush. And I'm going to take my Chikuhodo KZ number 4. The blush is pretty light, so I'm curious to see how it's going to show up on me. Yeah, it's really light. I honestly don't really see it. So I'm curious to see how it's going to play back on camera. In real life, I don't see it at all. I'm going to swatch it. So here's the blush swatched on my hand or my arm, which is not tanned. And then over here, I have it swatched where I am tan. So it's really hard to kind of see on my cheeks. It kind of almost looks like a bronzer. So maybe this will be more of a winter shade, but that highlight is gorgeous. Now going to create an eye look using the Wayne Goss Luxury Eye Palette in Imperial Topaz. This is the only eye palette I have. I really need to pick up more because this, I love it. I love, love, love this eye palette. It is just so pretty. So I do need to get more. I thought there were names on the shades. There's not. I'm using shade number 5, which is just like a tan color. And I'm going to quickly go through this eye look because I have already done a video with this eye look, and this palette is not new. The reason we're really here is for the foundation, the powder, the blushes. But I figured let's go ahead and do as much Wayne Goss as we can today. And really the only products that I don't think I have is a concealer. I didn't want to pick up a lighter shade. Well, I probably couldn't have because they were all sold out. But at the same time, I wanted to see how I was going to like the products first. So I don't have a concealer. I also do not have his mascara, although he does have a mascara. I do not have it. So we're just going to use another mascara that I have in my collection. So now I'm using the black shade for my outer corner, and I'm using a Sonia G Mini Booster. And then to really, really diffuse that color, I'm going back in with that classic crease brush. So during my Beautylish purchase, since I purchased the Wayne Goss with my Beautylish gift card, and I figured, well, I'm using basically like, you know, I'm getting that for free because I'm using the gift card. I should buy something. So I did pick up a new Sonia G face brush, and it is still wrapped. I haven't even opened it yet. So I am excited to use it, and I honestly couldn't even tell you what it was. I don't know if it's like the Face Pro or the Master Face. I'm not sure, but it's definitely a face brush. Take a Sonia G Worker, and I'm going to go into the like shimmer highlight shade, which is shade number 1. And we're just going to place that on the lower lid and the inner corner. I'm really just very quickly throwing this eye look together. To line my eyes, I have a Wayne Goss eye pencil, and it's in shade Rich Hazel, which is kind of like a very, very dark brown, almost black. And I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara. So I'm going to do all of that off camera, and then we'll be back to finish off this look with lips, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts on these new Wayne Goss products. The eye look is complete. I love it. It just feels complete. So now let's do lips. I do have a Wayne Goss lip liner, and this is in shade Mauve, and it is just a really pretty pink nude. So we're going to use that. And then the lipstick shade I have is Walnut, and I think these two pair perfectly together. Because I love a little gloss, I do have a Wayne Goss lip gloss, and this is in shade Cherry Blossom. And I think that just completes the look. The foundation's been on for a little bit. I think it needs more powder. I really, really do. It still does feel a little bit tacky on me, and I just think I need a little bit more powder. And honestly, I would probably use a brush. That is my preferred method. I have the puff. I can use the puff. I probably will use the puff. I don't want to waste it. However, my preferred method is definitely going to be a brush. So I will be trying this out again using a brush. The new powder, I need to keep using it. I mean, nothing stood out to me. Nothing upon first impression was like a wow moment. So I need to continue to use it to see how I'm going to like it. The new blush was just all right. The shade I think is a little bit too light for my skin. However, that highlighter is amazing and I absolutely love it. That I will continue to use. I think I'm going to have to wait to use the blush till next winter, till I lose my summer tan. But I do feel the longer that I have sat here, the blush has kind of like come out on my cheeks. Like my cheeks look a little bit more rosy than they did before. So that's a good sign. Overall, I'm really impressed with this new launch. Upon first impression, I am impressed. Based on this, I would pick up other shades to use as a concealer and a bronzer. I am curious to see how it will wear all day. I'm not going to get a full wear day test in today. However, I will wear it again in the future and I will leave a pinned comment after I do wear it for a full day. But so far on first impression, I am impressed. I think that the coverage is really, really good. The finish is just something that is a personal preference in that I prefer something just a little bit more matte. But that's just, again, personal preference. I do think that the coverage and the shade are great. I've got zero complaints there. Let me know down below what you guys picked up. Were you able to snag one of these new foundations? The lighter shades sold out extremely quickly. I know I was looking, I think it was like shade 10, 9 and 10, I think is what I wanted. And they sold out immediately, or maybe it was like 8 and 9. I don't know. The two shades that I wanted to pick up were gone so quickly. So I ended up getting the set with the brush, or with the puff, the foundation, and the powder in order to get the shade that I wanted. And in the end, it worked out for the best because this is a perfect shade for me. So let me know if you guys were able to snag one of these and what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear from you guys down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video.